Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. This is Jenga Njeru. Now, today we have the Matchmaker show, and you understand the protocol here. Any other time, we have a woman on board. The woman is looking for a man, and when we have a man, the man is looking for a woman. Today we are having a woman, 40-year-old, single, and searching. At the end of the video, you want to know what kind of a man is she looking for, what kind of a woman is she, and why she is single in the first place. But before then, if you're watching us for the very first time, this is the Matchmaker show. We help men and women to get matches, and the moment they get the right ones, they meet their destinies. So you're not lost. If you're new to the show, subscribe, like the video, and don't forget to leave a comment. Also, the contacts of our guests will be on my Facebook page at Jenganjero. So you can follow Jenganjero on Facebook and you'll be getting these updates in real time. Our guest on today's show is Esther, 40-year-old, single, and searching. This is her message because I want to read it so that as many as of those who are interested can get in touch. I am Esther from the gamer community, 40-year-old, single, and searching. She loves and respects God. I can describe myself as reserved by nature but warm and social when in an environment where I feel emotionally safe and respected. She's an ambivert. Okay. I am in my way, I'm in my waiting season for my man. That's what she says. So this is her waiting season. Again, I've built a fairly stable life for myself, and I truly thank God for that. I'm living a life grounded in faith in God, gratitude, and growth. I also consider myself to be at a place of inner peace, living independently, purposeful life with personal clarity and intention. The description is not out of pride, but to simply express that I am not in the search for rescue, but a meaningful companionship. Currently, I am at what we may call an interchange of need for social belonging and esteem levels of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, hoping to self-actualize. You know, you know the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. There are people the same way she's saying. There are people who are at the lower levels of the food chain. Somebody is looking for food, the other person is looking for rent, the other person is graduated to a certain level where maybe they're not looking for food, they're not struggling with basic needs, things like school fees, they are not struggling with things like rent, they are not struggling with food, basic needs. They climb the ladder, and when you go up the ladder, you're able to go from hierarchy, from level to level. That's what she's referring to, the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. She's at that level where she has built an independent life that is not necessarily looking for rescue. So the man who is coming for a woman who is actually emotionally stable and financially likewise. For quite a long time, over a decade is 10 years. For over a decade, I have been ready to connect with someone whose values align with mine. I have had deep desire to build meaningful connection, okay? A meaningful connection whose values align with mine, and that's where I'm headed, but I have not been lucky yet, okay? So, in as much as by God's grace, I've been able to build a stable foundation in my life. I don't have my own children yet. So she does not have children. So if you're looking for somebody who is 40, no children, never married, this is the right candidate. I have been, let's repeat. In as much as by God's grace, I've been able to build a stable foundation in my life, I don't have my own children yet. A choice and a personal decision I've made out of deep desire and respect for value of raising children with a godly and intentional family structure. So it is not that she has a complication. It is not that she has a problem. It is not that Esther cannot conceive. It is just that she made a decision not to get children without the right structure. And that structure means she wants a father, she be the mother, and the children will grow with the required structure according to her. However, I have been looking forward to motherhood with the right foundation in place and with the right person. I am hoping to meet a man who is above my chronological age, of course, above 40, a man who is God fearing, emotionally mature, and genuinely ready to build a meaningful relationship leading to a family setup under God's initial family instruction, setup, and design. Are we together? Ideally, I am looking for a man who is also in a stable place in life, a man who is genuinely ready and grounded. He should be maybe preferably from the gamer community, born again, family oriented, and with at least post secondary education, preferably a bachelor's degree, simply to allow for ease in communication and shared perspectives. So she wants somebody who is post secondary school, somebody who has gone to the university, because in college you don't get a bachelor's degree. In college you can get a diploma. Even universities can give you a diploma, but at least somebody who has a minimum of a degree, a bachelor's degree, and that will help the meeting of minds because she's equally educated. So that is the requirement she wants to place there. Number a number of ideas have been shared about who our guest is in terms of stability, structure, education, why she doesn't have children yet, and why she's not been married. So, and ideally, she's looking for a man who is from the gamer community, a man who is very family oriented with a post secondary school education, and a bachelor's degree will do, simply to allow ease of communication and shared perspectives. Most importantly, listen, I value someone with no lingering attachments or baggage, who is free from the past entanglements and is an open-hearted about or is open-hearted about building something authentic, an authentic marriage. I'm fully aware that such men are rare. Listen, I'm fully aware that such men are rare. However, Jenganjero often reminds us what you're looking for is also looking for you. That is what we coined here as the iron law of attraction. Whatever you're looking for is also looking for you. And you're not supposed to compromise standards just because you feel like it's getting late. Nobody is late. You've seen women and men in their 70s here on this show. Okay? If you make a stupid mistake and get married to the wrong person, you will cry the rest of your life. Is one of the most stupid mistakes that people can make. But when you tell them, they're always in a hurry. You tell somebody, don't get married if you have not identified the right. Hapana, huyu ako sawa, tabia nitajitengenezea, nitadili na tabia, tutatumia zangu, niko mzuri. You will see what you will see. With hope and faith, I believe that connection is possible. Say an amen to that. I understand that this message may not sit well with some individuals and will not speak to everyone. But with the utmost respect, I kindly ask that if our preferences, paths, or values differ or don't align, or if probably you hold a different perspective, please feel free to scroll past respectively and you allow space for those whom this may resonate. Silence is also a form of courtesy. Thank you and God bless you. Ladies and gentlemen, this message was intended to be read. Okay, this message was intended to be read. So I will start from the beginning. Hello, Jenganjero. Thank you for the wonderful work you do in creating a dignified space where people can connect meaningfully. For the last 2 days, I have been following your posts, and I must admit that I am quite impressed, especially by the success stories. I'd be grateful if you could kindly share this message and your audience, both maybe Facebook and YouTube platforms. I am hopeful to be among the lucky ones, but even if not, I'll have done my part. God is the one who connects people. His marriage is his ordained institution. Here is a brief caption. No, I have read the caption. By the way, guys, after this, I want you to write to her on lilyester2019 at gmail.com. Lily Esther, I'll just put that email there. And then those who are interested will be shared with, and they will receive the number directly from her. So that is Esther, never married, single and searching, financially independent, looking for a man who is also independent, a learned woman, an educated woman, never married. She wants to be married because it is the right time to do so. And again, she wants a structure that is ordained the God way. And by the way, guys, just as Esther has said, marriage is very serious. It is not my work to connect people. My work is to facilitate this. It is God's work to do that. So even as you come here looking for matches, make sure you align with God's will and always remember that God's time is the best. I am not a hindrance to anybody's marriage. So I don't want, just because you've been following here and you've never gotten a match, I don't want you to feel like, Jenga isipokuwa ni Jenga ningekuwa nimeoa hajanipatia huyo. No, you should also ask yourself, would that person be willing to take you? And that's why I ask people and invite them for prayer. Tell God, may your will be done. I like that message. Even if I don't get, even if not so, I'll have done my part. Do your part. There is a kind of faith that God cannot turn his back against. That kind of faith, violent faith. Are we together? Faith that makes things work. You do your part, and the integrity of God is committed to respond because God does not lie. I'm wishing Esther the very best of luck, and to every other single person who is out there, single and searching. I'll post her contact on my Facebook stories. The page is Jenganjero, a verified page, so check out, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. God bless you.